So we're just reaching the end of this first set in the ladies' Wimbledon final on Saturday, the 13th of July. Now it looks like Krecjikova is going to take this first set and closing out quite easily at 40 love. Now I will be looking to back Paolini in the second set. Right, so she's just taken that. So let's take a look at the stats and see what's been going on here. So one ace from Paolini, no aces, no double faults from Krecjikova. First serve percentage is very strong from Krecjikova at 90%, 74% from Paolini, which is also a very good stat. 5 winners versus 10, and 10 unforced errors versus 8. Now, again, this is not too bad. The total points won, 37%. Now, this is below the usual threshold. However, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see that I do stretch this in Grand Slam finals, and particularly when you're looking at very top players. So I'm pressing a lay trade there, and a back trade of 1 point on each side. Now the plan will be to chip away on the service games and lock in some profit as Paolini holds her serve. It depends a little bit on what we get pricing wise. We'll see from this first service game what sort of price movement we do get. If we're not getting much, then it may be more of a sit-back approach where I'm leaving more money in the market to chase a break. But of course, always keeping an eye on the downside and the risk. If it looks like Krecjikova is going to really take the lead like she did in the first set, then I will look to minimise this risk in the second. Just have another look at these stats. Yeah, I mean, first serve points won. It's not too bad, 52%, but obviously very strong from Krecjikova at 84%. So those are very strong stats, but we've seen Paolini come back in a lot of the other matches. She does seem to be a bit of a comeback kid, if you like, and I can see her coming back in this second set. We saw it with the Vekic match the other day, when Vekic pretty much had it all sealed, done and dusted, and Paolini came back with a fantastic comeback to win that match. Let's see how this first service game plays out. Okay, so a strong start from Paolini in this first set. You'll see the feed on Fairbot is a little bit quicker than Flash Scores. This, of course, is why Flash Scores is so good. So we'll just close off this lay side. I would always recommend using a trading platform. It just makes trading so much easier. You know, you've got the ability to do lay stake is liability, which of course is what I'm doing here. So when I'm putting my lay stake in, it's laying that stake as liability rather than the profit or loss. So I've locked in quite a bit of profit here. So we've had good price movement. So I might actually look to close a little bit more of this off. I'm going to see how this second game plays out with Krecjikova serving, but we did get nice price movement there, which of course we do tend to get a lot more in the ladies matches than in the men's, particularly in the Grand Slams. So you get some nice swings. That's why women's can be very profitable, but of course the downside to that is the less service holds, which is why I do tend to trade men's matches, because we do get more service holds and more cleaner trades, less sort of messing around with jumping in and out of the trades all the time. But as I say, women's tennis can be incredibly profitable. Now, Krecjikova has actually just gone love 30 down. You see on Flash Scores, yeah, there we go. It's come up on Flash Scores now. It's come up on my Fairbot platform. Now I'm going to actually jump on the overreaction and just close off a little bit more of this, just to lock in some of this profit, because we are seeing strong overreaction in the price there. So we'll just start with a small bit. We don't want to get rid of locking all the profit, because of course if we get the break we're going to get an even bigger swing. So I'll just put a bit more. That's a bit too little considering my staking size. I'm going to go for 60. So we've gone to 30.15. If it goes to 40.15, I will look to lock in a little bit more rather than chasing the bigger swing, because we're so early on in the first set. So I think there'll be plenty more opportunities to jump on this. Basically, if the money's there, you might as well take it, especially at this early stage of the second set. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, you see the pricing's moved before the actual score. So in profit by £408. So that's definitely worth locking in a little bit more of that just to secure that profit. It's a particularly good strategy to do if, of course, she does come back and actually doesn't get the break. Then you've locked in that profit already. Okay, so we've got the early break, and we've still got some money in the market to get more of a swing. Now, because we have had such a big swing there from, what do we start on? 5.1 to 2.74. I'm not going to put any more money on Paolini at this stage, because of course we have had this big swing. Let's just see what sort of profit we can be looking at if we go down to her starting price. So the starting price is about sort of 2.35, 2.32. So there's still a way to go. But we've got to balance that up with the risk of, particularly with Paolini, she is a bit up and down with the play. That's how far. Krecjikova's price has got to go to 1.8. So there is still a fair bit to go. But we've got to think about, we've locked in good profit already. Is it worth hanging in until set end, or is it worth taking the money? So it'll be interesting to see what the price movement is here. On confirmation of the break, let's hope she does confirm the break. If she doesn't, it's no biggie, we're just back on serve, because of course we've got the early break on Krecjikova. So 15 love was sat at sort of 2.6 mark. Let's just see where this goes to and when she confirms the break. Now, that was a less than straightforward service hold and confirmation of the break from Paolini. We have got sort of reasonably close to the starting prices. We haven't gone beyond it. So we are getting close to sort of 2.35 mark. Excuse me. So I will look to take my money out of the market. I just want to play around with these numbers first. I might well sort of green book it. That's the beauty of Fairbot. You can just play around with these numbers, and if you want to create a green book, you can risk a little bit more money on one player. Krecjikova's going to, if you think she's going to win, put a bit more profit on her. But you can just play around with these numbers. But I think for myself, I'm going to just sort of even it out, and I'm going to look to take the money and run, because had that service game been a bit more confident from Paolini, then I probably would have held on here, but the money's there, so I'm going to take the money. So hedge out for just over £600. Not bad, and quite straightforward trading, and it's not taken too much time at all. Now basically, I'm not bothered what happens from here on in. If she holds all of her service games and takes to the end of the set and that price gets even better, well, that's fair enough. But of course, it could well go the other way, and she could get broken and end up losing the second set. It doesn't matter either way, because I've got my money secured. Now, if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos, and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.